At the broadest scale, the eastern United States is under the influence of a pronounced upper-level trough anchored over the eastern seaboard. This locks in unsettled weather patterns along the Atlantic coastal plain. Meanwhile, a robust surface ridge, extending from the northeast into the southeast, ushers in dry, cool air into parts of Georgia and northern Florida, setting up a pronounced pressure and moisture gradient along the peninsula. This interplay of upper troughing and surface ridging is the engine in today's atmospheric. South Florida, a stationary, or slowly south drifting, surface boundary lies across the peninsula, nearing Lake Okeechobee. Coupled with deep layer troughing aloft, this boundary focuses moisture influx and buoyancy, delivering scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms. Rain amounts could reach 1-inch widespread, with pockets of 2 inches near East Coast metros and isolated 3-inch downpours. Pilot cues: expect low-level convective bands, possible sub-MVFR conditions, wind shifts, and erratic gusty turbulence as storms move through. Highs remain in the low-mid 90s with muggy nights in the 70s. East Central Florida. A weak low nestles along that same front. A tight pressure gradient between this low and the offshore ridge is generating breezy to gusty NE winds, nearing 20 knots with gusts up to 25 to 30 knots possible near Volusia waters. Marine conditions are already rough, seas of 5 to 7 feet, with life-threatening rip currents declared north of Cape Canaveral. Inland, deep moisture. PWATS approaching 1.8 to 2.0 inches, continues fueling daily convection. Shower and storm chances remain elevated, with a marginal threat for excessive localized rainfall. Expect erratic storm motion under weak steering flow in the low's circulation. Chronic cloudiness will temper temperatures into the upper 80s to around 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Northeast Florida and southeast Georgia, Jacksonville corridor. Here, a compact low near Cape Canaveral presses the bounding high southwest, intensifying the pressure gradient and sustaining northeasterly flow. Bands of low-topped convection drift from offshore onto the coast, occasionally reaching inland, especially near southern St. John's and Flagler counties. Coastal gusts may hit 35 to 40 miles per hour. Inland Georgia sees drier air filtering down, with PWATS dipping to around 1.2 inches, while northeastern Florida coasts remain higher toward 1.8 to 2.0 inches. That disparity and wind-moisture convergence creates focused rainfall near the coast, with 1 to 2 inches possible in strong downpours. Pilots should note the absence of major instability but the persistence of repeated coastal showers. Inland areas benefit from cooler dew points and sunshine. Florida Keys. Between a Caribbean ridge to the south and a trough to the north, westerly flow dominates the vertical profile, confirmed by balloon soundings with PWATS over 2.1 inches and MLCAPE above 2,300 joules per kilogram. Consequently, scattered to numerous showers and embedded thunderstorms remain on the menu, mirroring yesterday's thermodynamic pattern. Aviation conditions remain VFR early, but afternoon storms may bring localized impacts. Temperatures stay near 90 degrees Fahrenheit, with breezy westerlies throughout. Northern Georgia and Atlanta region. A classic pseudo-wedge, a sloping surface ridge, builds down the east coast into Georgia. This wedge weakens vertical motion and moisture transport inland, promoting stable conditions dominated by easterly flow. Thus, today remains mostly dry, with only weak orographic convergence in the northeast mountains, nudging isolated afternoon thunderstorms. Moisture is modest, dew points in the 60s, enough for some convection in elevated terrain, but instability remains weak. Highs stay below normal in the low to mid-80s, with limited aviation impacts. Mostly VFR, light easterlies, and a stray pop-up shower near the ridges. So there you have it. A dominant upper trough plus a surface ridge complex create a dynamic moisture gradient across the southeast. South and central Florida grapple with deep moisture, a stalled boundary, embedded weak lows, all driving daily showers and storms with localized flooding and marine hazards. Northeast Florida and southeast Georgia toe the line between wet coast and dry interior. Coastal bands feed showers inland, while dry wedge air stabilizes inland regions. The Keys remain convectively active under high KP and moist flow aloft. Today is a study in contrast: moisture-rich convective chaos in the lowlands, wedged calm in the interior, and convergent zones defining regional behavior. For pilots, that translates into localized turbulence, rapid visibilities, sea breeze timing sensitivities, and coastal wind quirks. For meteorologists, the challenge lies in watching boundary placement, low development, and moisture flux amid complex mesoscale interactions.